Welcome to the Tiger Podcast. I'm Gregory Gable,
I'm Crystal Garcia.
and this is our special guest.
Coach Mac.
And this is the Tiger Podcast, where we will be talking about your favorite topics: sports, TV shows, movies, books, and etc. So this is technically our first ever episode of doing this, and we brought a special guest, Coach Mac, who we'll be talking about right now are sports, self care, and mental health. So, Coach Mac, what are your opinions about football or basketball or any sports in particular?
For one, the football team, they're doing a great job. I mean, they had a couple, you know, bad losses, but they're getting together. I see the unity that they're doing, the impact that they're changing the culture. Shout out to all the football coaches and Coach Nick. But yeah, there's a different mentality and morality that they have. So I think they're going to be good.
What do you think that they can do to improve more?
I'm really big on supporting each other. So I would say, if they make a bad play, just lift them back up. Every now and then you need people to lift you up to get your motivation and your enthusiasm back up. So, but besides that, I mean, just make smart plays. Don't be all in. That's basically what we try to teach our players. So.
Is there like any particular way you get your players to get their head of the game before like a big game, like what homecoming games, away games, or any like big games they're doing for the first time?
That's a good question. I think that it's more like what you're comfortable with. I mean, I can suggest a whole bunch of things. I remember for me when I was in high school and I played sports, even in college, like my biggest motivation was probably listening to music. Like had some good, put my mind in a good, what I'm trying to think of, have a good space, I should say. And then I would just vibe out, envision what I'm going to be doing, remembering my set positions or my assignments and stuff like that. But, mostly I just try to just like calm myself. Some people get hyped. I mean, we had people in there get all, crunk and all that stuff. I mean, sometimes it worked, but I was more the mellow player because I would just like, a lot of stuff was just going on. So I had to really internalize it. So.
Now you brought up another topic, self-care. How do you view self-care in sports or in general?
That's one thing, like you cannot be down on yourself. I mean, setbacks are going to happen, like I'm thinking Michael Jordan had one of my favorite quotes. He said, I can accept failure because everyone fails, but I can't accept not trying. And so as long as you're out there giving your best effort, putting 100% effort in there, you're going to fall, but it's always about the comeback. Everybody wants that perfect story, but nobody talks about the setbacks. We always look forward to the comebacks. So
I view self-care as like spending time with your family or
Oh,
like
yeah.
basically just putting yourself at pause with other things, because a lot of things, especially like if you're working, school, theater, or extracurriculars, and with anything else, it's like a mental drain on you to the point like you like. With me, I am writing a script for the senior shows, and to be honest, with a lot of things like with working, doing theater and anything else, it literally won't make me think of any creative things. So I have to literally pause on what I'm doing so I can get back in the mindset of doing things.
right on.
Yeah. With the last topic that you brought up, mental breaks, how do you handle mental breaks?
I didn't really tell too many people this, so I'll be comfortable sharing it now. I had a really bad mental breakdown last year, like during the school year, and it was around like right after we got back from spring break. And I took a couple of days off. I was blessed enough to have all the admin support, and they actually I was able to take some days off and really get into like find out what was going on. And so when I came back, I was showered by all my students then, and my door was filled with a whole bunch of thank you notes and stuff like that. So that was really empowering. But one of the things I do now because of what happened then is like on C days primarily,
Yeah.
I have a little form in which I want students to check in. And so it's about how are you feeling today? What was one win you had this week? What are your 3 intentions for this week? For your day. What's going to be your happy hour? Just to get them engaged. I remember I read one of the kids from last year. He was like, I really appreciate you. He wrote this on on the paper that he really appreciates me checking in because he didn't think a lot of people care. And it's always good that, we're teachers. Most of us are parents, so we have that care feature, that care trait in us. So we do care about you guys. So that's another way I check in with my students. So.
Yeah, I think it's good to like talk to somebody about like what's bothering you, and like just let out your feelings. Cause right now that we're seniors too, it's like very stressful with everything with graduation.
Yeah.
And like it's just all stacking up. So it's good to like to tell somebody like your friend, family.
Now, also, now that you guys said that, I want to go ahead and put that out there too. October 1st, make sure every senior, you guys go apply for that FAFSA. That's when the new form comes out for the 2026 to 2027 school year. It's very important you apply early because that determines how much more money you can get for college or trade school. So,
Yeah, with mental breaks with me, it's basically like I have to take pause on literally everything. So like I said, with the self-care, so I could get my mind on track. Because with me, I zone out way too much. But I won't say that like a mental break. It's more say like I can't really handle a lot of things coming at me all at once. So I just had to like shut down for a bit so I could wrap my mind things around like stuff like that. Like with studying classes, like back in when I was a junior in world history, sometimes I'm not really in the mood to learn, so I had to zone out to either get myself back in or catch up with the others. Because at first I'm not really big on history. It depends on how I'm feeling. But since other people know history more better than me, I will have to literally take a break of doing other things and focus on one thing so that I can get back on the track of what I'm doing, especially with me being creative and stuff like that with scripts and other things outside of school. I can't really focus on anything else, so I had to really pause on other things so I can go back on what I'm doing. Because on my TikTok, my personal TikTok, I create skits, but I haven't been doing them because I've been so busy with work, data, and other stuff. So I have to take a pause on that so I can get my creativity back flowing. The same thing with my senior show script. I had to take a pause because I had writer's block because I couldn't really think of how to get a scene to transition to the next act of the play.
Right.
So that's how I handle my mental breaks. Because if I don't, then I'm gonna start spiraling out of control and then try to rush things, which I really don't like doing. Is to rush something that I like. So that's how I view mental breaks.
Yeah, and you have to. I mean, remember, put one task. Make yourself a list, put the 3 things you want to accomplish. You accomplish those 3 things, you'll feel so much better about yourself because what you're doing is you're building consistency at that point, and it's getting you down to a routine. So you definitely don't want to overwhelm yourself, like wake up in the morning, like I'm going to get this, and this done, or I need to get this done, and focus on that.
Yeah. I feel like there's different methods that you can use. Like, for example, I have been like writing in a sticky note like list of things I need to do, like homework or other things, and I like make sure to do it one at a time, not like rush everything or like do everything cramped up. Take it one like step at a time.
Yeah, that's the same thing as you, Crystal. Yeah, for mental breaks, for people who are watching this, take breaks as much as time as you want, because at some point you will get sluggish and get like a naggy feeling like, do you really want to do this? Especially the things you like theater. You really want to be in that right mindset. You don't have to do it right then, but like still take breaks for yourself now and then before you break down one day and just decide to like just emotionally or physically or mentally just stop.
Yeah, that's what happened to me sophomore year, and it made me quit dance because I thought it was like all too much, and like I didn't know about like taking breaks, things like that. But I've learned.
Is there anything you want to add more onto this segment, or anything you want to say, Coach Mac?
No, you guys doing a great job, so I'm really honored to be part of the first ever podcast. So,
well, we thank you for having us on this podcast.
Thank you for having me.
This is the end of the first episode of the Tiger Podcast. We'll see you soon on the next episode on the Tiger Podcast.